All right. It's time once again to share this week's buys, sells, and dividends.
Dividends. Woo!
So I think we're going to start with me this week because mine was pretty short and sweet, and you actually had a lot going on. So I'll warm
Indeed.
it up for you, and then you take us home. So starting on the 16th, you see that I sold some cash secured puts. One at the 450 strike MPW expiring November 3rd, which means if that exercises, I'll get another 100 shares of MPW to add to the pile at a much lower price. I do that to slowly over time lower my cost basis. It's another way of averaging down. Now, you guys know I had 100 shares of Walgreens called away from me recently. I think it was just last week. So I used that cash to do another cash secured put also on Walgreens, pretty far out, about a month out, at the $22 strike price, and collected $62 in premium for doing that. So if Walgreens is below $22, then I will be buying back in to the shares that got sold for 23. I'll be buying them back for 22. If not, well, I get $62 for doing this, and I'll try it again. So it's called running the wheel strategy. Also, sold a Paramount put, $12 strike. Also, collected $28 for that. Received an ordinary dividend from PSEC. That's a business development company that I have a few $100s in. It's super small, but I always like to see that dividend come in. Also, I decided to do yet another MPW put at the $4 strike price. In case it really is a falling knife, I just want to go cheaper and cheaper. You know what I mean? Try to catch it. Even if my hand gets bloody, that's okay. Also, I rolled a put on Vail, which means I bought back the 1250, and then I sold one further out at 12, which means as the price drops, I kind of save the $50 in the difference that I would pay. Plus, I did it for a net credit and scooped up an additional $12, which whoop-de-doo $12, but hey, that's $12 I didn't have before.
You can do a lot of things with $12. That can get you like a coffee at Starbucks.
Or, two coffees if you get the what's the smallest size at Starbucks again?
It goes
tall?
Yeah, tall.
Why do they call it tall? I don't know. But if you want to get two talls, there you go, $12.
Pay my dividend.
Exactly. So that's pretty much my week. Not too eventful. Just did a little bit of options dabbling. Not a whole much else going on. What do you got?
All right. I'm not to brag here, but we were Kathy Wood trading, let's just say this week. Joseph Moneybags trading. A little more active than I'd love to be, but portfolio reconstruction occurred this week. To start off, I put $50 into S&P Global at $363.38. They are very close for me to potentially consider, adding back more. Then, this is the big one here. I did some portfolio reconstruction on Wednesday. I sold 2 shares of Coca-Cola at $54.12. Those 2 shares were from $46 and $48 per share, which were my initial purchases. So I got about a 6 or 7% gain on those, not including the dividends. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Coke is a company that I don't love to, it's rough, it's not going anywhere. It's not a bad company whatsoever, but for me, it's really a no-brainer. I definitely saw Visa at a more attractive price, especially after running some DCF models.
Yeah. With you, if you look at it this way and you say, if I extend my timeline out 30 or 40 years into the future, could I do better than Coke with by putting that money in one of the other stocks that I love,
Yeah.
right? And I think in your case, that was probably a difficult emotionally, but logically a very easy yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got $110 from that, and I put it into Visa at $237.83. Then on Friday, I put $30 back into S&P Global at $352.59. And to cap off the week, I bought 2 shares of Vici at $27.72. So a pretty active week, and some portfolio reconstructions going on for me overall.
and some good buys. I mean, Vici's been pretty cheap lately. So,
Yeah.
yep.
This
Just
may offend some of you, but I am locking in a really good dividend yield right now with Vici.
yeah. And remember, hey, their dividend is driven by rents and their rent goes up with inflation, so you're
Gives you
covered.
an edge. Are there any companies you are going to be watching this week?
Well, do you happen to have next week's earnings on hand?
I will pull it up.
All right.
Anything off the top of your head?
So I think Vale
Oh, we have a good one.
reports.
Well, yeah, we got a good week.
Yeah. So yeah,
Holy.
I'm seeing Vale, Intel, of course, and Altria. So those are Thursday. I have 3 coming on Thursday. Verizon on Tuesday. 3M on Tuesday. Yeah, this is a big week. Big week for me. Visa on Tuesday. I mean, not that I really worry too much about their earnings, but
Yeah, they'll I hate to make predictions on short-term earnings, but I think they'll go up to like near 250.
yeah, Visa, I'm guessing, will probably meet or slightly exceed expectations.
More reaffirmation of the type of quality company it is.
Yeah. But yeah, the honestly on this whole list, the one I'm probably the most interested in, probably Intel.
Not Coca-Cola.
Nope, nope, not Coca-Cola. Yeah, Intel because I think that's the one that's gonna probably react the most out of
Yeah.
any. Yeah.
What about
Um,
Next Air Energy? Think that wouldn't react?
um, well, considering how much it dropped lately and how volatile it is, if there's some kind of unexpected either to the low side or the upside, yeah, because of the high volatility, I think you could see some sparks on that one for sure.
That could be a potential trim for. I don't know if I want to. That's rough. That's rough with Next Air Energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a utility. It's not going anywhere most likely. Might might be best to chill and let the volatility cool off a little bit before
And
you
the
make any
$70 billion,
comments.
hopefully.
Yeah, right.
3M, that'll be if I can get 3M at 100. I don't know if it goes to 110, but I mean, yeah. UPS, I'll be watching that. Hershey, I'll be watching that. Altria, I'll be watching that.
Mm,
Chipotle, why not? And yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
much all I see. Visa too, obviously.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think might be on the horizon for Altria?
They'll beat top and bottom line.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
they typically do.
I
Nothing
don't think
crazy though.
I don't think anything. I don't think we'll see much with regards to vaping yet. I don't think that's going to be a very. I don't think that's going to be a huge factor yet. But they were saying that it should be accretive to free cash flow by 2025.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you know they should be doing something with it, like, but it's probably mostly going to be just about the distribution and things like that,
I will
marketing
say,
maybe.
yeah, I will say my Altria dividend snowball is rolling. Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think Intel is going to be one of the things that reacts the most out of the stuff that I have. And I think
Yeah.
there's the most potential for a surprise or like either a good or a bad surprise.
Well, when it happens, we called it here first.
Indeed, we did.
Thank you all for making it to the end of the weekly recap. We do this every week where we share
Mhm.
buys, sells, and dividends. Not a lot of other people do that, guys. Surprise,
Transparency is
surprise.
key.
Not a lot of people do that. Also, we're live every Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern. You have nothing better to do? You shouldn't have anything better to do because the best thing to do is come join us.
There isn't anything better.
Fiscal, where can the people find you?
Most importantly, on my channel, which
Yeah.
we have linked in the description, as well on my Discord, which you can find by watching any of my videos because it's linked in the description and all of those. And you should be watching all my videos. If you're not,
Mhm.
well, you're a sucker if you don't. Okay. Also, if you happen to be in Phoenix, like let's do lunch sometime.
Oh, try. You're not going to charge the viewers for that? That's your time right there.
I'm free.
Meet and greet.
Yeah, I know. I give of myself to our beloved audience.
All right. Thank you, everybody. You can find me, obviously, links in the description. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Most importantly, though, on Saturday, because we do our streams 8 o'clock Eastern. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 50 by the end of the week, pretty much. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Do dividend stocks, not drugs. And of course, remember,
Cash flow
is
is
king.
king.